riding out for a second, heading up. I just wanted to get on, and I wanted to address something. I'm gonna make it clear what I gotta address. I'm not, I ain't gonna. Hey, it's kind of dark because I'm driving at nighttime. I'm in my truck. So, somebody jump in by the time I get to this red light. So I know it's gonna be red by the time I get around there. We're gonna I'm gonna just address it and say what needs to be said. Cause it's just some things that need to be said and addressed real quick. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good Monday. You know what I'm saying? It's a good day. Whoever hit that like button, what up, though? Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? If you type what up, though, make sure you can hear me clear. Because okay, Reggie, what's good with my sister, my Aussie sister? Did you watch that movie, sis? Oh yeah, tell grandson I said hello. Give him a big old hug for me too. Did you watch that movie though? You could just say yes or no. But I hope if you watched that movie, I hope that it was you got some insight on your brother over here in the U.S. Halfway through. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I know you can hear me clear, so I'm gonna just say what I gotta say then, because hey, all I need is one person to say it anyway. One thing that I'm not gonna do in life is disrespect somebody who fight for the freedoms that I have to live. You know what I'm saying? I know they might not be all the way the freedoms, you know what I'm saying, but they're the freedoms that people fought for, and they're the reason that we have them. You know what I'm saying? So I would never disrespect another veteran. You know what I'm saying? I will never disrespect a veteran. Even if the veteran disrespect me, like hey, I'm done with all the peace talk. You know what I'm saying? But Garrett called me a fake veteran, and he's a veteran too. I would never, and even after all the disrespectful things he done said and done, and that whatever, I'm never going to disrespect his veteran, because he's one of the people that has fought for the freedom of us. And I just want to say that I will never disrespect a veteran, a fellow veteran, regardless if they went downrange or if they stayed stateside. I would never disrespect another veteran, because I know the sacrifice, and I understand the sacrifice that they go through to protect, to fight for something, to stand for something, whatever. Even if you don't agree with what they fighting for or whatever, it becomes about the brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? So I would never disrespect my fellow veterans. You know what I'm saying? So anybody who has a certain feeling or a certain way they feel about it, I'm not going to do that, and that's not in my heart. What's going on, ballers? What's good with it? But I would never disrespect my fellow veterans. So I just want to make that a public statement. You know what I'm saying? Like even with Garrick and his, I don't agree with none of the shit the nigga do. The nigga gossip like a bitch. The nigga talk too much. The nigga just sassy. I can't mess with men like him, but I still would never disrespect his veteran. You know what I'm saying? And it's honorable that he actually joined, and when he went down range, that's honorable. So I'm not going, I'm not going to take that away from him as a man. But as far as his behavior outside of the military and that feminine sassy shit, like I don't support that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's egregious as a man to be gossiping like a female. You know what I'm saying? But I would never disrespect his veteran. And anybody who mistaken me for saying something against a veteran, I would never speak against my own kind, because we a special breed. To join the military, we are something special. You know what I'm saying? Because we have the will and the we just have, it's just something different about us. You know what I'm saying? There's something different about us. We a different breed of human, you know. So I would never talk like that or disparage a brother of mine like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just want that to be known because I was mistaken for saying something that I didn't say, or whatever. You know, and I'm not, you know, and I ain't backtracking on shit I said. I ain't apologizing for nothing I said, and I stand on every fucking thing I say and what I do, and I stand on all that shit. You know, and whoever don't like it, so the fuck what? But I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna just purposely disrespect, you know what I'm saying, something that I honor. Because I honor, you know, my veteran brothers. You know, even if they are some bitches, you know. And you know, I just wanted to say that, you know, I wanted to say that publicly. You know, I don't want no, I don't want that type of, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, these regular people on the street, like, you know what I'm saying, I really don't, you know, I, come on, bro, you come on, man, you can't drive that motherfucker, go, you got room, motherfucker, drive. Come on, man, drive that shit, you got room. Like, these motherfuckers retarded up there. Come on, go. I'm trying to park, bro. Go. You got room. If you scared, don't drive. Shit. Scary ass motherfuckers. Man. So anyway, my bad, y'all. I do got road rage, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I do want to say one more thing though, but I gotta mute my mic because I'm about to head in the store real quick because, you know what I'm saying? But give me 2 seconds. See, damn Diddy boppers. Yo, that dude was scared to drive. He didn't even want to park his car or drive out of the parking spot. He like ain't have enough room. I had to pull on the side of him to show him he had room. But hold on, let me mute my mic though real quick. 2 seconds, y'all. Hold on. All right, my bad, y'all. I was around some music. I had to mute my. And what's good with my sister? And respect to you, sister. I know that music probably loud, but oh shit, come on, get in the car. There you go. Sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, you know. Say all experienced drivers got road rage. Oh yeah. Oh, can y'all hear me? My bad. Can y'all hear me now still? I unmuted my mic, so I, you know, I don't know if I'm still good or not, but and I appreciate you for showing up. I would just can't raise anybody. Can y'all hear me? I'm gonna make sure I'm good before I pull up. Okay, loud and clear. All right. Yeah, I would just, I'm just saying, like, it was a misunderstanding. Oh yeah, I'm good, and I'm good, and I'm celebrating. I got some artwork that I'm about to come out with. I got a few pictures that I'm coming out with, and it's I got some YouTube stuff that I got coming out as far as content creators that I did some artwork for. So I got some good things. So I'm celebrating right now. So I'm just out and about trying to just enjoy a little bit of life that I got, because we got to celebrate the life that we got, because some of us ain't got a good one. But it was a misunderstanding between me and someone else, and they thought I was saying something disrespectful about veterans. So I just wanted to clear it up that as a veteran myself, I would never disrespect another veteran, regardless of how I feel about them personally. Garrick is a dude that I really don't like, and I really don't fuck with, and if I seen him in the street, we probably would have something to discuss. But I still, even still, with all of that, I would never disrespect this veteran, and I want to make that clear with all the veterans that's that's in the sector, and that's that's basically that's in the sector, in the chat panels, whatever, content creator, whatever you do, I would never disrespect you as my brother, you know what I'm saying? Or I would never disrespect your veteran, so I just want to make that clear, because it's this thing called stolen valor. I don't know if people know what that is, but stolen valor is when someone pretends, fake lies, or try to pretend like they're like they're in the military, or they're they served or something like that. That's what I was speaking on. Stolen valor, that's a crime. You could get federal time in some states. You could get federal time for pretending or lying, saying that you're a veteran. So I take, I don't know if people know me or not, but I take my veterans serious, even if I didn't go down range or I didn't go fight, because it's millions of veterans that served and contributed to, to our freedom, and they were on stateside. So it's just I really want to, I really wanted to address that. Like, I understand that me and 86K ain't got no, like we don't like each other. I get that we don't like each other, but I still wouldn't say nothing about his veteran, regardless to how soft of a man I think he is. If I find out you're a veteran, I'm gonna give you respect, regardless to if I like you or not, because that's what we supposed to do. Oh, hey, and K Razy, I am so glad that I got two of my sisters up in here, and y'all chopping it up and on some real. I appreciate both of y'all. Y'all the two real ones. Two of the realest. It's a lot of real people on here, but y'all the two realest on here. Especially with me. Y'all honest and tell me when I'm messing up, and y'all do y'all thing with me. You know what I'm saying? I can appreciate. I got two sisters. You know what I'm saying? So hey, I love both of y'all. Hey, and we are family. We might not be blood, but we are tribe, because we from the same place and we know what the hell going on here. I missed out on the races though. We had races. What was it? I forget. I think it was the Grand Prix. We had the Grand Prix down here, and I missed it. Normally I'm up on stuff, but I've been working so hard these past couple weeks. I missed out on all of the celebrations. You know, we always have like the Grand Prix up here, the boat races. I can't wait till I'm not gonna miss the boat races though. We gonna have some boat races coming up. I think in June. I gotta check, but I'm gonna find out. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, and always, you know, and hey, look, and I'm one of those. I'm one of those special breed. Like I grew up with the '70s babies. My mom's friends was born in the '50s, and I hung out with them when I was a kid. When I wasn't with the '70s babies, like I didn't hang out with the ones my age. So I experienced life in a different way. And then plus my dad was, you know what I'm saying, my dad was a grandpa when I was born, you know, like my granddad was up in age in his 90s and you know what I'm saying, I want to say 80s and 90s, and my dad was like right behind him in his 60s, 50s and 60s. So I grew up with a different, you know what I'm saying, I grew up with a different outlook on life because I grew up with older people. So, you know, even though I'm young, you know, or considered young, I'm still, you know, I still got an old mindset. So, you know, I still believe in honor. You know, I know that a lot of these dudes don't know about honor, don't know about respect, don't know about loyalty, don't know about none of that stuff because, you know what I'm saying, they didn't grow up with those type of people in their life. You know, so, but I'm still not going to allow, you know what I'm saying, my personal feelings to make me disrespect something that I honor. You know, and regardless to, like I said, regardless to how I feel about 86, I'm not gonna disrespect this veteran because he did something that most men wouldn't do. You know, I still think he's soft and I still think he feminine, but you know, that ain't got nothing to do with his veteran. You know, I'll never disrespect that, regardless to how I feel about it. You know, because that's something that I honor, and regardless to anything, I am an honorable man. I may not I may not always be the most honorable, but I'm an honorable man. I stand on what what I think. I stand on what I feel. You know, I stand on it. And that's the way I am. You know, if I say it, I mean it. If I mean it, I'm gonna say it. You know, and there was one more thing I wanted to address. Oh, it's a half moon now. I see why I'm like this. So it's come to my attention that things have been exposed. Oh yeah, and we love. Look, one thing I'm gonna say is that I'm third generation. You know, my dad was. I think my dad was Army, and my granddad was Marine. You know, so I grew up in a disciplined house, so I do have a little bit of discipline. Maybe not as much as I should, you know, but I am a disciplined man. So, you know, I try to instill the discipline that, you know, they had and, you know, simplify. Oh yeah, for sure. You know, my my dad always taught me that, you know, when you say something, you mean it. And when you mean it, you gotta stand on it. So any and everything that I say or that I have said, I stand on it. When I'm wrong, I'm able to apologize and I'm able to accept that, you know, that maybe I was wrong. And I can accept that and I can apologize like a man's supposed to, because that's what we supposed to do, because that's the honorable thing to do. You know, I'm not going to stand on the wrong and the bullshit. I can't stand on it. So that's what I'm not going to do. Oh, okay. So you come from a military family too, so you kind of get what I'm saying. Yeah. You know, shit. Most of my uncles, my brother was a Marine. Most of my uncles on my mom's side was my grand uncles and uncles. They were in the military, so you know, and some of them were police. You know, not saying that they're the same, but you know, I grew up around a bunch of men that were in the military, and they were shit. They was in the military and always, you know, I grew up where men had a section in the house that women couldn't come to unless they was bringing food. And I don't mean that in a sexist way. I mean, I'm just saying that's how, that's how it was back then. And a lot of people, don't know nothing about that because they haven't experienced that. Like, the men hung out with certain kids. They would pull in certain one of us and be like, yo, you gonna come and hang with the men, and the rest of the boys, they hung with the girls. So I could get why a lot of these dudes is feminine, but I hung out with the dudes, when I was a kid. Like, I wasn't the dude sitting at the kid table. I sat with the adults, so because I was basically like a younger version of them, so but yeah, it was one more thing I had to, you know, address to. I had an uncle, sir, in the Navy. Oh yeah, yeah. My cousin was in the Navy too. Wait, how do you pronounce that? My sister, now look, I know you from Australia, and we speak some of the similar language, but I don't know what that means. Wait. Oh, old school man cave. Oh yeah. Yeah, the man cave. Like yeah. The men had like we would go over to our uncle's house or a uncle house. Oh, it's French. Okay, you giving me culture, sister. I definitely gonna look that up. I'm gonna go back over this. But you know, we had every family member house, they had their own house, and then they had their own man cave. Like, I got a man cave in my house. Well, I got a man backyard, I got a man front porch, I got a man office. What I'm saying? I got a couple man things. So I got a lot of places where I can go and collect peace, because I had to. I didn't have a choice, but I had to create my own peace. So that's what I did. So, we would go over to our family's house for celebrations, barbecue, pick a different family house, and all the men would get together, and we'd go like in the basement or the back room, or it was a room where they could smoke and talk reckless and say whatever they could say. And the only time the ladies would come in is if they was bringing in a plate or something or something to drink, or it was like, you know, it was, it was like, their places were sacred. You know what I'm saying? So I know that, you know. Oh yeah, you got a sheet cave. Oh, I know you got a sheet cave. Yeah. Oh, you need one. You got one, or you need one. Yeah. Women need the women had their spot too. You know what I'm saying? Men didn't quarantine women to the kitchen. They didn't do that. Like, I had an auntie that house that we used to go over and shit. Her sheet cave was the whole basement, and all the ladies would be in it. All of my aunties and cousins and the ladies, they'd be in the motherfucking basement, chilling. Men couldn't even go in the basement. Like, yo, like, even if somebody was using the restroom upstairs, and you couldn't even go down, the kids couldn't even go downstairs to use the restroom. Like, the women had they thing too. So it went both ways and had both sides. That's the type of environment I grew up in. So that's why I can accept. You know what I'm saying? I that's why I could talk to people. That's why I'm cool. That's why I could talk to even people that I got issue with, because I've been around those type of people. Everybody ain't gonna like me. Oh, that sacred room at all. Yeah, and even though I did sit at the table, sometimes sometimes I couldn't go in the rooms. Like, I never hung out with the ladies. Like, well, the ladies would, like, my little cousin, they used to let that motherfucker in the front door. He could come in the house and like, oh baby, come on in here. And I'm like, what y'all doing in there? And he like, they just talking, and he listening to that shit as a kid and shit. Like, they wouldn't let me. They be like, oh, like, he talk too much. Like, no, I don't talk too much. Y'all just be talking about shit I don't know nothing about. Like, he can't come in there. Like, I can sit with the dudes, and the dudes be like, shit, come on. They just welcome me in the whole time. Like, see, I miss. See, a lot of people don't know, the people in Detroit that grew up in the 70s, the late 60s, 70s, and early 80s. We grew up different from a lot of people around this country because most men came here from the South. They came up here and got their ass a motherfucking job and worked their ass off, and then they brung their families up here, and then they brung their people up here, and we had families, we had villages, we had tribes, we had everything that we needed to build and establish, and we built this place called Black Bottom. And this was a place where we came, and we just a different breed of people altogether. You know what I'm saying? Like we just totally different. You know, we not the same as these motherfuckers, these country motherfuckers. Like, you know what I'm saying? We bring us the small town to the big city. You know, that's what made our nature different. You know, that's what made us respect each other a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like we was raised different. And I caught the end of that. Yeah, and you know what I'm talking about. You know, that's why most of us who find each other on YouTube and in the chats, we don't never get into it with each other. The people from Detroit, it's some rare occasions, but we don't get into it with each other. We don't even talk slick to each other like we would somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't even, once we find out, oh, you from Detroit? Oh yeah, what up though? We ain't on that. You know, and that's just something that's probably in the DNA of being raised in Detroit. You know, I'm not saying that anywhere else is different, but like I said, we a little bit different. We a little bit different out here. You know, we the Midwest, you know. But yeah, and I'm networking with people. What I intended to do on YouTube is what I'm doing. I want to provide good artwork for people. Anybody who get artwork from me is gonna be different from the last person, depend on what you want. You know, I can restore photos. You know, if you got old family photos that you didn't had in the past 80, 90, 100 years, I can restore it. You know what I'm saying? I can I can draw from scratch whatever you want and how you want it. And I'm just advertising, my business and doing what I this is what I intended to do before all of this bullshit came out. What was going on in private that wasn't supposed to come out. Because I don't believe in telling Slim, what up though? What's good with Slim? What's good with family? Yeah, Slim. I was talking about the dude that called me fake veteran, bruh. I was saying that I would never disrespect a fellow veteran, regardless if I think he's feminine, soft, or just on some bitch shit. I would never disrespect a fellow veteran. So, that's what I intended to talk about. I'm gonna end up back around there, but I was just chopping it up about how our city, what I'm saying, how our city is, even through the hardships that we, that we have as a collective, what I'm saying, we still, we still come together. And Slim, when you were showing me what happened to your city, bro, what I'm saying, it just reminded me of, what I'm saying, True, what's good with it? Respect, sister. What I'm saying? Like when that, when we had our power outage in that tornado that hit us, Slim, when you was out there and you was out there doing your thing and talking and shit, it just reminded me of how good, if what I'm saying, regardless of how much shit go on, when it's time to throw down and stick together, we do it. And when you was doing your lives, bro, that inspired me, bro. So it changed. It had an effect on me in a positive way. I'll just say that. So that was some real shit you did, bro. And I appreciate you for even going live and doing that shit, because it changed how I move a little bit. So respect to you, bro. But it's crazy. Like it's crazy. Like all of this whole 2 years just being wild, because it's like all this time, there's been a lot of shit that's going on, and I wasn't saying nothing. And then, as soon as I started talking, people was mad, and they was angry, and then they started accusing me of shit, and then lying on me and doing whole. But oh yeah, Slim, respect to you, bro. Hey, all the way respect to you, bro. Like that's real shit what you did, bro. I Shit, I donated. I didn't donate a lot, bro, but I didn't send it from my cash app, but I donated what I could, bro, at the time, cause like I say, shit been going on. So, and then I reached out to people too. So, hey, I did what I could. I played my part, bro. So, like I said, bro, respect to you. That was one of the realest things that I seen on YouTube in a long time, bro. And I appreciate you for that it helped me. I don't know if I know that you helped your people in the community, bro, but that shit helped my mentality. So respect to that. Roll Rich, what's good with it, bro? Respect to you. Yo, I got you, bro. Don't trip. But yeah, I just want, I was just, I'm just, I'm trying to do, I'm trying to do what I initially wanted to do on YouTube, and I see that it's starting to happen because once I started speaking, everything started changing because people finally heard me instead of motherfuckers speaking for me. So, I appreciate the people that gave me a voice, the people that stood by my side and stood with me and everything. And I'm about to show y'all some real art skills. Y'all gonna see people gonna reach out to me, and I'm gonna be doing different projects and everything, and I'm gonna post it, and I'm show y'all like, yo, I really got a gift. I could draw with both hands. Oh yeah. Hey. That's what's been going on, K Racy. Like, people just being mad for no reason. Like, yo, like I was a regular dude and people got mad because I had sex with a woman. Like, the shit was weird. Like, what you mad for? And then they was mad. Then she lied and said I did some shit to her. And then they made out to be some other shit. So it's like, people are mad for nothing, and all we doing is just chopping it up in the chat. So I couldn't believe Garrick is like, oh, you're not a veteran because you didn't go downrange. Like, I could say you're not a veteran because no real man veteran act feminine on panels. Be gossiping and be all in women business. Real veterans don't do that. Real veterans don't mix in women's business. Our job is to protect women, not be in a business and try to turn women against each other. Yeah, and it all happened because those dudes was mad that I got some. That's the first thing. And then the second thing was she lied and said that I physically assaulted her. And then after she said he didn't do that, I was lying. Let me not put that jacket on him. But I did choke him out. And then they used that. So it was like three things that they used to try to go at me about that shit. So it all begins with, she came on YouTube and told people that we had like some kind of relationship with each other. And that's what all this been about. Is men are mad that they gotta pay for it and ain't getting none. I mean that's the only thing that I can think of, because I've heard a few people they didn't have sex with each other, and I don't care. Like, shit, we are adults here. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, hey, sister, I appreciate you. I've been working. I'm really been putting my art skills to the test. I really have been. And I think that's another reason why these people are so mad and jealous. Like, I'm good with women. I'm an artist. So I know how to interact with people. I own my own business. I got my own house. I got my own cars. I'm not depending on the government, and I'm not depending on nobody. I'm doing my own thing. I'm doing shit the way that I see fit. The way that the way that I made, the path that I created, I'm living it because I created that path. So, you can't buy me. Money can't buy me. You can't say I'll give you this amount of money to do this. Like, shit, I don't need your money. All money ain't good money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about people money. Like, at the end of the day, that's your money. Your money don't affect my life. Now if you paying me, it might affect me, but if it's not beneficial to my cause or what I'm saying, like shit. I don't need your money. I'll make the money I need. My dad told me to work for whatever you want. You know. Yeah, hey, and I'm telling you, that's the shortest story I can tell you. Is that all of this shit is lies. And now they mad because I'm exposing it, and then at the same time, not everybody getting exposed. I just watched Double Speak live. The thumbnail lady said, Lou ain't do shit. Why I see people mad at him? She like, I don't even get it. Like, Lou don't even do shit but talk in the chat. Now, we didn't have our little falling out or whatever. I'll say that. But she admitted that motherfuckers was going at me for no reason, because what was the reason? Because she was confused too. She like, why the fuck y'all going at Lou and shit? Like, Lou just talk shit. Like, shit, he got a little something. What the fuck y'all mad for? Like, and she said it. So it wasn't like, what I'm saying? It wasn't like people didn't see it, but that's what it was. Yeah, and I don't, whoever, look, as long as you safe, do you do. When you, and if you out in the streets and something happened to you and you was doing the right thing and something happened to you, I'll be fucked up, because I'm like, damn, my sister don't do shit to nobody. Like, even if whatever somebody issue got with you, or anybody in the chatter, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you safe and you doing it, you enjoying your life and having fun, shit, do that shit. Like, I can't judge you for doing the wrong shit. Like, come on, like, I ain't never sold no crack or nothing, but I done shot at motherfuckers, and my life ain't squeaky fucking clean. Like, shit, I done did some horrible shit in my time. Like, who am I to judge the next motherfucker? Like, I mean, my neighbors would tell you, like, they, if they was outside there. Excuse me. The other live I did, that was the neighborhood drug dealer. Oh, I hope you leave it up. And thumbnail lady basically said, like, damn, why y'all going at Lou? She said that shit. She said a bunch. She said some shit. Hey, and shout out to Double Speak for playing that shit, because he could have left that shit out. But it came out, and she said it out of her own mouth, like, why else they messing with Lou? Like, Lou don't do shit. But it was, they was fucking protecting that lady while she lied on me and then tried to accuse me of starting shit. So it was a coordinated effort to make me look bad, to shame my character, to insult me, to talk about my kids, to talk about my childhood shit, like shit that I ain't scared to talk about. It was a coordinated effort to do that, to make me act out of character, be disrespectful, and crash the fuck out. And I didn't do what was expected. And now they're being exposed. Karma is beautiful. Everything that I have been saying for the past year, it's now starting to come out. I said it, and then I stepped back, and I let it happen the way that it's supposed to. Because I can't force people to believe me. They have to see it for themselves after I say it, though. Yeah, all of them people been working together. Shit, you see they on panels talking about, yeah, I called this person, I talked to this person, I did this, I did that. Like, these people's that admitting the shit that I've been trying to say and been warning people about. Like, this was going on. And I warned people because it started happening to me. And that was not the initial reason, because I was saying stuff before it even came out. Yeah. And check it out. That's why I don't understand why them people were so, you know. Oh yeah, AK Razy. See, the thing is, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. And if you're not willing to accept the truth, then it's gonna hurt you. Like, if you can accept the truth, it'll hurt a little bit, but then you can move on and then you can go to the next thing. But a lot of people can't accept the truth. That's why they have issues with people who tell the truth, because they like to be hidden behind their lies. And that's what's going on now. Everybody being exposed for talking to each other and all this other shit. And I'm like, yo, like, I've been saying this shit. Like, I've been saying this shit. I've been saying people talking. People been fucking trying to dox. They basically dox people that's going against the people that have their own mind, their own individual thought. They dox them motherfuckers and they try to remove them from the circle. Yeah, and that's gonna be a good watch, and at least it's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? The lady gonna get up at the end and try to, you know, take the little shots at me and shit, saying that I'm panel thoughting and shit. Like, yo, you had a whole year to motherfucking talk, and I ain't say shit. So nah, yo, you gonna have to take what you get, lady. Like, yo, you been talking shit. You brung up my kids. You brung up my mom. You brung up my situation when I was a child. You made fun of that shit. You went on multiple panels and talked about that shit. Oh yeah, now it's time to enjoy some fun. I'm just saying, you know, like, I can't be doxxed no more. There ain't nothing more you can tell. Oh, hey, K Razy, I am officially saying it's a cult. I'm not saying who the leader is, but what I'm saying is it is a cult. The person who's the main attraction, or the person that they might be around, may not have nothing to do with it and may have something to do with it, but it's a cult. It's a motherfucking cult. And I'm saying it now. You know, TJ said that I said that before, and I didn't say it before, but I'm saying it now. You know, I'm a man. I'm not afraid to say whatever the fuck I want to say. I'm gonna speak my mind. I'm gonna speak my heart, and I'm gonna say what it is, and I'm gonna say what I mean. And I'm not afraid to say it to nobody, because I don't have authority. I abide by the law. I don't follow the law. I abide by natural order. I don't follow. It's nothing that I follow. I abide by it. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Because I had the choice not to. So I abide by shit. You know, and I don't follow rules, and I don't have no authority, and I don't have no leader. I lead my own path. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man of my own. If I decide to leave this house, my marriage, whatever I decide to do in life, I can do it, and I can do it with no issue, because I created this path for myself. So I'm not bound by these rules, these cult behaviors, these cult mentalities. I'm not bound by that shit. So I don't have to agree with a motherfucker just because I like them. Like, if I like your ass, regardless if I like your ass, if you do something I don't agree with, I'm gonna tell your ass. And if you don't like that shit, so the fuck what? You better accept that shit, because you ain't gonna have nobody who gonna tell you the truth. These other motherfuckers gonna lie to you and smile in your face and backstab you. I'm gonna tell you to your face, you want some bullshit. And if you got a problem with that shit, then hey, shit, what you want to do? Like, shit, like I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm man in my real life. I'm man on YouTube. Even if I don't be all screaming and hollering and trying to go back and forth with niggas, like I'm still a man, because ain't none of these niggas gonna step up in my motherfucking face and do nothing. All they gonna do is get on this bitch and talk. I dare one of them. I dare anybody on this motherfucker. Hey, I love y'all motherfuckers, but I dare any of y'all niggas come on my motherfucking block and try to tell me what the fuck to do and all this man shit. You can tell me that shit online, but come in my personal area and say that shit. It's gonna be a whole different person. You know what I'm saying? I try to represent myself as a respectful man and respect other people and shit. But if you come with some disrespect, shit, you might not live long. And that ain't no threat. None of that shit is just what it is and how I do. I mean, and you know what I'm talking about, K-Rays. You know what I'm talking about. Like the people who know me in real life, y'all know what I'm talking about. And shout out to my brother Detroit Red. I thought he was lying when he said he was gonna create a page. Shout out to my brother. You know what I'm saying? Detroit Red, you know. I hope he do some content and don't share my shit. Cause don't share my shit. Do your own shit, nigga. Don't do my shit. Oh, and backstabbers. For sure. See, and I'm not, the crazy thing about me, and like, even in my city, I don't gotta backstab nobody. You know, when you got your own money, when you got your own career, when you got your own shit, you don't have to deal with the low lives and the bullshit. You could choose to be around that shit. You ain't gotta even be around that shit because you busy doing your own shit. So you ain't even gotta be around shit like that. You know, and that's what that's what I be trying to tell people. Like, when you got your own lane, you could decide what the type of people you hang around. You could decide how you move. You could decide where you go. You could decide everything for yourself. And if you don't want to fuck with somebody who ain't trying in life and who ain't doing shit in life, you could just go somewhere else. And you got a whole different class of people to deal with or interact with. That's why I don't understand, like, how are these people that's supposedly, you're supposed to be famous. If I'm famous, I know the type of people that I'm going to attract. So if I recognize these certain people as these type of people, and they're not good for my name, they're not good for my brand, they're not good for my appearance, you know, I'm not going to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going to separate myself from them. And if I do decide to still hang with them, I'm going to do it in private. You know, like, ain't nobody going to know I'm messing with a motherfucker who killed a couple people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to let it be seen that I'm hanging with a murderer. You know, I mean, I ain't messing with nobody who fuck with kids. Like, you might got to worry about me because I might stab you up. I found out you fuck with some kids. I might stab you up or some shit, you know. And yeah, but besides all that, my bad. I'll show you how my mind works. But you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, if I'm supposedly famous and I have an impact on the community, or I got a influence, I'm gonna make sure that I try to maintain my image and influence in a way that makes me look in a positive light, you know, even though I know that it's gonna be some hate, but I'm still gonna separate myself from that type of shit, you know, like, you know, just me, you know, like, shit, I'm not famous and I don't make that much money, and I ain't rich and got no big ass mansion and shit. I ain't none of that shit, but What I don't do is I don't hang with the drug dealers in my neighborhood. You know, I might hang with the drug dealers in somebody else's hood, but I'm not doing it in my community because I have an image to maintain amongst my people. You know, now I might be a sidekick in somebody else's world, but in where I live at, I'm a star. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody show me respect. I mean, I done been going live long enough and people have seen that. You know, my neighbor next door building his house, fixing it up. He got to fix my fence because he tore the roof down and fucked my fence up. So he got to fix that shit. So he going to come with respect off the rip because I told his ass, like, nigga, you damaged my shit. What you going to do? He like, oh, I'm going to build you a whole new one. Don't worry about it. I got you. You good. You good. So every now and then when he come through, I be like, yo, what? How long it's going to be for you fix my fence? He's like, oh, brother, I'm going to do the whole shit. This motherfucker probably going to do the whole fence in the back, on the side, all that shit because, you know, but you know, it's a simple fact that I know how to carry myself as a man, and it's just a lot of these dudes that's on this YouTube shit don't know how to carry themselves like men, and that's why they fighting with the women. Y'all notice I ain't been fighting with that lady. I ain't been fighting with that lady none, and we've been in worse or closer situations than any of these motherfuckers. Like this nigga Garrick exposed our sister, one of our sisters, and you know what I'm saying, Mercy T is one of our sisters. Now, some people don't like her, some people do. I mean, I'm neither here or there with the shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I respect her because she's from my city. And they was supposed to have something going on behind the scenes, and it wasn't none of our business. But the bitch nigga came out and told us. Like, nigga, like, that ain't our business. Why you tell it? Why is you trying to shame this woman for doing? Y'all was two consenting and fucking adults and shit. Why the fuck we need to know what the fuck y'all did and shit? Like, nigga, that's bitch shit. And yeah, I'm speaking on it. That's some whole shit. Yeah, and that's why I stand on what I say. Like, yo, anybody behind the scenes, you want to show my texts? So I don't give a shit. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. And shit, if I'm wrong, I apologize for it. But I stand on what the fuck I'm on some right shit. Like I can't tell nobody about a personal relationship that I got with nobody if I met them motherfuckers on YouTube because it's a such thing called honor. You know what I'm saying? People say it ain't honor amongst thieves. That's a goddamn lie. Thieves don't steal from each other. Now, this new shit that they got going on, I don't know about that, but if I know you a thief and shit like that, and I find out you robbed me, I'm gonna kill you. You already that's the honor. You know that if you steal from me, you gonna die. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna steal you steal my property, I'm gonna steal your life. That's the honor amongst thieves. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Because they, you know, the rules didn't change. Like I've been around thieves, murderers, killers. Shit. I ain't been them the type of motherfuckers I've been around, drug dealers, all that shit. I done been around them type of motherfuckers. I ain't been around no weird shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though some weird shit happened to me, I wasn't in no shit like that. Like, I'd never been involved in nothing like that. But what I'm gonna say is I've been around some bad people in life. So, you know, I know the code, I know the game. I've been in the streets. I wasn't, you know, in the streets deep, but I was out there in the streets with them motherfuckers. I played with them too. That's where I found my love for guns. You know? Yeah, hey, and Mercy T, cool. She said some slick shit about me one time, like, oh, Earth Day, he ain't from Detroit. She said it one time, and I was like, you know, that's her opinion. I can respect that. And I was cool with it. You know, I ain't tripped. But see, the same motherfuckers that she was like, when she said that shit, I was like, okay, so you with Earth Day now, huh? Okay, well, you gonna find out. Come to find out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just funny, like, these motherfuckers get told on and then they try to come out and clear shit up. Like, yeah, Garrett, we don't talk and all that other shit. Like, Earth Day, y'all motherfuckers talk. Like, quit lying to people. She probably helped motivate that motherfucker to go. Hey. Yeah. Hey, and guess what? I would never tell nobody. I would never tell nobody who I'm messing with. Who I'm messing with ain't none of y'all motherfucking business. It ain't your business. And if you met somebody, and just for example, or K-Razy, if y'all came across somebody and y'all met somebody and y'all told me, I ain't telling nobody anyway. Because that's between you and I. That's our shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't telling nobody our shit. Like, the fuck? Like, this is the shit I'm talking about. Like, these motherfuckers don't even honor friendship. They don't honor honesty or loyalty. They don't have none of these. They don't have none of these jewels. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm about to speak in code. Nah, they don't have none of these jewels. It's 12 jewels. They don't even have 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? Honesty, loyalty, friends, and then wealth. Yeah. These niggas don't know nothing about that. Hey, K-Razy. Hey, it's only a few people who know that about me, K-Razy. You all the way across the world and you know that. And K-Razy, you didn't heard my wife in the motherfucking background, and you didn't heard me talk to my wife and all type of shit, and you know my wife. And you still a lady that love me just like I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, these these men don't know nothing about that. K-Razy, did I lie to you about anything, sister? And have I lied to you about anything? I've been solid on everything that I've been saying. I've been saying it. I've been solid with everybody. Even the motherfuckers who don't like me. I've been solid with everybody. And that's the thing that I think that they got an issue with. That they can't be solid and then still be cool with the ladies. You know what I'm saying? They got to lie to them to kick it and shit. And then when they get caught up, they want to expose them and shit. Like, oh, it didn't work out, so I'm going to expose you. Like, yo, why you gotta expose what the fuck we been doing in private and shit? What grown up do that shit? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what grown up do that? I'm gonna tell on you if you don't do what I like. Like, fuck out of here. Tell them, motherfucker. Shit. And I was watching Double Speak, and that lady said that I go on other panels and I've been talking about shit for 2 years and shit. Like, no, lady, I ain't even halfway to where you talked about that shit for almost goddamn 2 years. Shit. Well, almost a year. I ain't even talk about it a year yet. It just been what? I don't even remember when I was on Moonlight panel. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, and Moonlight was the only motherfucker who was willing to listen to me, and we was chopping it up and was cool and shit. The same motherfucker that nigga 86 was talking to, that nigga got into an argument and a fight and all type of shit. They done dox each other, or they done dox each other and all type of shit. And then it was like I had a conversation with her, and she was a motherfucking woman. Moonlight was a woman. You know what? A lot of people be talking shit, but a lot of people could say Moonlight is a masculine woman and all this other shit. When I was talking to her on her panel, or whenever I had talked to her, she's always been a woman or a lady with me. So why these motherfuckers talking about this lady is fucked up and she masculine and she all this shit? I don't see that shit. I see it. I talk to a woman. You know, like I know how to talk. I know how to talk to women, and ain't no woman gonna be a man with me. And a woman that be a man with me, I'm gonna leave their ass alone. Cause I know how a woman's supposed to be, and I'm not about to allow no woman to be no man with me. Cause as soon as she be a man with me, I'm gonna treat her like one. So I'm gonna walk away. I dropped my phone on that one. That was some. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, yeah. Hey, and I'm gonna tell you something about me. I don't got nothing to lie for. Like, look, what I got to lie for? Who gonna whoop me for telling the truth? Like, man, I'll fuck around and blow shit up before I allow a motherfucker to. Yeah, the FBI. Hey, FBI, shit ain't at my house. You ain't gonna find it. It's somewhere, but it ain't my house. Come to my house, motherfuckers. It ain't at my house. Send the fucking strike team. Send whatever. Hey, my weapons are not at my house. The weapons I have at my house, they are legal and they are registered. And you could pull that shit out all you want to. You're gonna find serial numbers, names, and recognition, and everything's gonna be registered. But the shit that I got, that's for these fuck motherfuckers. You're not gonna find it at my house. So whoever wanna send a strike team, do you do? I ain't worried about my house being swatted. I'ma just sue your ass. I'ma counter sue your ass, just like these fake motherfuckers trying to go after my business and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show motherfuckers how Detroit get down and shit. Like, yo, if y'all motherfuckers think that lady choked me out, y'all retarded. Y'all slow. If y'all think I put my hands on that woman, y'all slow. I don't put my hands on women. I love women. You know what I'm saying? I love women. You could tell by the way I'm talking to them. I love women. I could make the most masculine women act like a motherfucking woman. Yeah. But you know what though, Ann? I was the first man, maybe on YouTube. I was like, Moonlight, you a mean asshole. And she laughed. Because she knew I didn't mean it in malice. It was just like, she was like, damn, that's the nicest thing somebody ever said to me. And we laughed about that shit. You know what I'm saying? We cracked a joke about that shit. But you gotta remember, Ann, Moonlight House was swatted by the CPS. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers didn't dox her ass. You know, it's it was a lot of things that had happened to her behind the scenes that make her act like that. And shit, maybe she do go a little too far. And I told her this shit myself, so I'm not, if Moonlight got a problem with anything that I'm saying, I'm not disrespecting her. I'm just giving my insight, my opinion. Maybe she go too far sometime. But her feelings is valid. You know, her anger is valid. You got the police coming to your house. You got your kids being questioned. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of shit to deal with over YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So it is some validity in that. And it might be directed towards the wrong people. It may be. But I can still see it. I can still see why. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Hey, K-Rays, you already know me. Like, ladies get out of pocket. I make them laugh. And if I can't make them laugh and they still be masculine and shit, I'm going to just go to the next one. Like, I'll replace ladies like I replace batteries in my Xbox controller. Like, I'm not going to deal with no masculine ass woman. I'll let your ass go. I'll replace you faster than I picked you up. Like, you don't know. Hey, motherfuckers be like, oh, you walk with a cane, Luke. Yeah, I walk with a cane. I walk with a cane sometime. Like right now, my cane ain't with me right now. You know what I'm saying? But when I go out on special events, I walk with my cane. I walk slow. I let motherfuckers see me when I walk with my cane. So if I want to talk to a woman, they gonna already be like, oh, he's so cute. Like, nah, I'm just, I'm just here. But what's your name though? Like, these motherfuckers don't know the game. Like, like, life is about learning shit. And what I learned about life is that when motherfuckers think you in a compromising position, they kind of treat you a little different. they let their guard down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know that this is a weapon that I walk with. You know what I'm saying? This is my easy way. This is a weapon I walk with. You know what I'm saying? This is my throwing stick, and then I got a couple throwing knives to come behind this motherfucker. And then I got my fist. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Miss Annis. And these motherfuckers is relentless. And I wish you would have listened. Oh yeah, you got a shillelagh? Yeah. I got a huge shillelagh. It's called an easy way. But yeah, and this doxing shit. Motherfuckers doxing off of Cash Apps. Motherfuckers is doxing off, oh, excuse me, off of information that they get from each other. Like, Miss Ann, it's treacherous. I'm telling you, this is something that I experienced and saw, I witnessed for myself. This is things I heard with my own ears. When I heard the recording of Kwame, the first thing I asked her was like, well, why did you record this motherfucker? That was the first thing I said. I didn't say nothing else. That was the first thing I said. Like, why did you record her? And the only thing she could say is, oh, I wanted to have his voice. Like, what? Like, you just recorded a conversation that you had with this nigga. Like, why would you do that? Like, shit. Well, good thing I tell the truth, because hey, Miss Ann, you remember Coleman Young? This is a specific question for you, Miss Ann. You remember Coleman Young? If you remember Coleman Young, this is going to resonate with you. You know, a lot of people don't know about my former mayor. His name was Coleman Young. Now, my great-granddad used to run with this guy. I know Coleman Young, and I know his people. You know, we ran, our families ran numbers together. So, Coleman Young was the unofficial mayor of Black Bottom. You know, for those of you who don't live in Detroit, Coleman Young was the unofficial mayor of Black Bottom. Oh, damn. So anyway, okay, so Coleman Young was the unofficial mayor of Black Bottom. Before it was all the way Detroit. And this was back in I want to say 50s and 40s. No, 50s and 60s. Coleman Young. I might be off by some years. But Coleman Young was the unofficial mayor of Black Bottom. Okay. So now I'm about to, now Miss Ann, now I'm about to get to it. Coleman Young made sure that Detroit was taking care of Black people. So whenever he dealt with government officials and people outside of Detroit, he made sure that he was on recording. So whenever those corrupt officials tried to do him dirty, he had evidence to prove himself. That's how he was able to keep our water rights. How we were able to keep control of Detroit as the voting class, because my great granddad and Coleman Young used to run numbers together. They used to run Black Bottom. They was the real unofficial mayor. My granddad name was Rackhamback. I don't know if you ever heard of that name, but my granddad name was Rackhamback because it was a pool hall over by Shane and Hunt somewhere. They used to have their meetings and shit before they ran their numbers and shit for the day because my mom used to run numbers and shit for them. So my Coleman Young was an unofficial mayor, and when he decided to run for mayor, he already had the people because he had the trust of the people, and he already was making moves to get. When Black Bottom was coming up, it wasn't we ain't had nobody to represent nothing. But Coleman Young was the one who had the name, reputation, and everything. And my great granddad could have ran, and my great granddad was like, "I got your back," and he ran with him. You know, like I say, my great granddad was Rackhamback, so he didn't care about the fame. You know, all he cared about was bringing the money to the people. So Coleman Young ran Detroit undefeated until he died. Then nobody go against Coleman Young. Am I lying, Miss Ann? When Coleman Young was sick and was on his deathbed, couldn't nobody go against him. He was an automatic win regardless if he had 5 people, 4 people, 3 people, 2 people. Yeah. Coleman Young was a G. You know what I'm saying? Like I got great respect for Coleman Young because he was the one who solidified who had control of our city, and it was the people. See, and a lot of people don't know that. They want to discredit him because they want to say, "Oh, he brought drugs into the community and he did this and he did that." Like, it wasn't nothing he could have did about that shit because it was the FBI, CIA who brung that shit in. It wasn't him. You know what I'm saying? All he could do was try to bring in the motherfucking programs to try to stop that shit. But it was something above his pay grade that he couldn't control. You know what I'm saying? But Coleman Young ran our motherfucking city like a G supposed to, and that was our foundation. Hey, and that motherfucker, hey, Coleman Young, it was so many people that ran against that motherfucker, and they couldn't win, and he didn't even have to do a fucking campaign. They had to do the campaign to beat him because he was the one. Yeah, like, come on, Ann. Ann. Think about it like this. I'm talking about people that this is the circle I descend from. You know what I'm saying? That's why that's why I'm able to move around like I move around, and that's why I got the connections I got because this is generation shit. This ain't just me just talking shit right now. This is something that been passed down to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to tell you something that these people don't understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is what I wasn't born, I was bred. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom bred me with a breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? He might have been married, but I'm pure breed. I can't be nothing less because that's my nature. You know, so I come from thoroughbreds. You know, my people been running Black Bottom since Black Bottom was conceived, like since the 20s. Like, you know, my great granddad used to call himself. He's like, "I'm a Jew, nigga." He was like, "I'm a Jew." What the fuck you mean? I'm a Jew. Like, hey, you can be a Jew all you want to, motherfucker, but it's still, you know, black man, all black man on my mom's side, not my dad's side. But and the crazy thing is, the people on my mom's side, them motherfuckers was some gangster street motherfuckers, and my dad people was motherfucking Native American and some crazy motherfuckers too. So I got the crazy on both sides. Like I've been around this shit, and like Like these men get on these panels and do all this motherfucking talking and shit, but they can't run no numbers. I can run numbers just like the rest of these motherfuckers. I can run numbers almost better than most of these accountants and shit. I can run some numbers. I might not know the tax laws and all that other shit, but I can run some numbers. I don't touch product, but I know numbers. You know, I ain't gonna get my hands dirty. I don't do all that shit, but I can run some numbers. Shit, I can almost give you percentage off of just give me the numbers and shit. I can almost get the numbers. You know, I ain't as sharp and as clever or as fast as I am, but give me them numbers. I'll run them numbers for you. The numbers been in my family for a long time. Yeah. Hey, I know you been out roll rich. It's all good, bro. I just been chopping it up, bro. Like people in the chat talking, you know, this is what I do, bro. You know, I'm old school, bro. I was born in the 80s, born on the 80. Shit, raised with the 70s and was raised by the 50s. By the 30s to 40s. Shit. Yeah, you know. Hey, and look, my granddad and oh, and hey, Roll Rich, is it good? Well, I'll wait till I finish, Roll Rich. Once I finish, I'll send it to you, bro. But that white shouldn't be in there. I sent you an email, bro. So you should be good, you know. But if not, don't worry about it. I got you, bro. I'm gonna finish up for you. Like, yeah. Hey, Miss Ann, this is what I'm talking about right now. You know, like building networking is what I've been talking about this whole time. Like we all got something to contribute to the table. We can make some money together. We just gotta sit down and we gotta communicate in a proper way. We gotta run them numbers. You know, shit, running numbers is in my DNA. It's something that was passed down to me, not just by my dad or my granddad. Numbers been in my blood this whole time. And while people sitting there hating and saying I'm evil and all this other shit because I don't walk in faith as them, like y'all gotta remember I'm Native American. I'm not, you know, I'm indigenous. You know what I'm saying? I'm First Nation. I'm not like everybody else. So my way of thinking may not be the same, but that don't mean that I'm an enemy. You know, like I still believe in the Most High, and I also still believe in the spirits of nature, the spirits, the law of nature, the law of order. I still believe that. You know, my granddad taught me something like, you know, like when you plant a seed in fertile soil and you put water on it, it'll grow. And how much you take care of it, it'll feed your family for generations. You know, that's some Native American shit right there. Some indigenous First Nation shit. How much you care for it, it'll give you back. You'll reap. All it takes is a mustard seed. You know what I'm saying? You could plant a mustard seed in the ground and you could plant it and put water on it and cultivate it, and you could feed your whole family off of one seed. Yeah. Hey, Miss Ant, but I ain't networking with no snakes. I hunt snakes. I'm the motherfucker that kills snakes. I'll be the predator. I'll chop the head off a snake and I'll hang it on my wall like a trophy. I'm gonna open his mouth and show his fangs. I'm gonna chop his head off. I'm gonna let his body squirm and I'm gonna slice him open. I'm gonna use him for something. I ain't playing with no snakes. Like, nah, I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm the top predator. You know. I hunt snakes. I know how to trap them motherfuckers too. Oh, I got some traps for some snakes. Yeah, I don't play with snakes. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid. We went to Belle Isle one day, and I was on a school field trip. And they was like, who want to get up here and let the python crawl across their body and shit? And I raised my hand and walked up on that motherfucker. And I let that motherfucker touch me and slither across my body and all type of shit because they had it the long way. And it slid across my body. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, it felt like 3,000 fingers crossing across my body. And I was like, yo, I got to kill this motherfucker. Like, I can't. This is something that's dangerous. You know. So when I went fishing with my granddad, it's this thing in Michigan. It's called the moccasin. I don't know if y'all familiar with that, but it's a snake called the moccasin. Moccasin. Whatever. You know what I mean. It's a moccasin. You know, it's from Michicano, my cousin tribes. And anyway, and this motherfucker is a water snake. Like, that motherfucker be in the water. Like, it slid across the water like those snakes in the Amazon. I heard it. I was like, granddad, something moving. I don't hear that shit. I'm looking in the water. I'm seeing trails and shit. The moccasins are like swimming in the water. So we pull to the little bait shit. We didn't even go to the dock. We pull up to the bait shit, get out. This motherfucking snake, that moccasin, that motherfucker making that little noise and shit. I grabbed that motherfucking little paddle shit. Mow, mash that motherfucker. Mow. He like, it's dead. He like, I'm like, mow. I'm just keep going and shit. So my granddad was like, okay. So he picked that motherfucker up out there. It was, you know, he recognized it was gone. And he motherfucker chopped that motherfucker head off. And he made when I moved out of my mom's house, I left that shit behind. And then my mom lost the house and shit. So it got lost with the house and shit. But I had that motherfucking moccasin head on my damn moccasin head skeleton. It was like it wasn't dried all the way out, but I had a moccasin head on in my motherfucking closet where I used to go and that was like my trophy. But I like hunting snakes. I like hunting. I like hunting, period. Just shit. I like bow hunting. I like rifle hunting. I like any kind of hunting. Let me hunt something. Let me take my anger out on something. But then after I kill it, I'll be feeling sad and shit. Be like, you know, thank the spirits for giving me this and it, like, you know, I'm just saying, like, I'm a little different. You know, my nature is different. You know, like, why people think that I'm putting my hands on women? I don't put my hands on women. I rather hunt shit and use a knife and scrape some shit and sharpen knives and play with the guns and RPGs and shit. I'd rather do that shit. I'd rather spend energy on destroying shit that I can destroy, not what I can hurt, you know. Like, inanimate objects, I don't care about destroying that shit, but something that's living, I might consider it a little bit different. But you know, my whole life was about, you know, honor, respect, integrity. This is something that we supposed to live by. And I would never disrespect another veteran, because I know that the sacrifice that you made to actually be a veteran, you made a sacrifice for that. Whether it be your life, your money, your time, your effort, your energy, something. You sacrifice something for it. You know? So I'm just saying that I would never disrespect my fellow veteran, regardless to who you are. You know, even if I don't like your feminine ways or your sassy, your gossiping, your female tendencies, I'm not gonna disrespect your veteran, but I will disrespect your behavior and your activity on this motherfucker. And some of you niggas is acting like straight female, you know. But if you was a veteran and you acting female, then I ain't gonna talk about your veteran, but I'm gonna talk about your female behavior. Like I said, I'm not gonna disrespect Gary, veteran. The nigga was a veteran, but the nigga act like a sassy bitch. I'm sorry. Well, I ain't sorry, but it's what it is. Shit. He get on these motherfucking panels and gossip like a bitch and tell people shit and then wanna repeat what motherfuckers say like motherfuckers don't even realize some of these motherfuckers, a lot of my talking points is what they talk about. Like, like motherfuckers act like they don't listen to me and shit. Like motherfuckers hear me. Shit, I got the softest voice, but it's the loudest because I can speak the truth. And that's what they fear. And shout out to a brother that's on that shit. Expose these motherfucking demons. Expose these devils. Expose these motherfuckers that's doing the doxing, that's telling people personal business, that's spreading this shit. Expose them motherfuckers. Expose the motherfuckers that they working with. Expose the motherfuckers who doing the talking. Expose them motherfuckers. Yeah, hey, and respect to all the veterans. So whoever mistaken me for disrespecting veterans, shit, I'm the wrong one. It's a sassy motherfucker who's a veteran who got a combat badge and got a fucked up ass face and a fucked ass disposition and a sassy ass character, a sassy ass speaking, feminine speaking that disrespect veterans. That nigga name is Garrett Chavez. That's the nigga who disrespect veterans that he don't think on his level and been what he done been through. But he done been through some shit, but he on here arguing and talking shit about women. And a women and especially a woman that he was talking to. Like you were talking to this woman in private. You told y'all motherfucking business like a bitch. So even after all of that, I'm still going to disrespect you as a person, but I'm going to respect your veteran because you served. That's the difference between you and I, because I can separate the two. You know what I'm saying? Garrett, you a bitch. Flat the fuck out. You a female acting, sassy talking, nasty mouth, gossiping girl, goofy ass. We should call you Blanche, nigga, with your motherfucking crater face. You're ugly on the inside and you ugly on the outside, nigga. You just like the nigga who walked around prison with a hand in his pocket, nigga. You a gossiping ass motherfucking female, nigga. You might as well walk with your hand in the other pocket with the nigga Russell Red, because Russell Red, I know that dude then. I know that nigga then walked around with his hand in the nigga pocket like a bitch, because 0-7, nigga, y'all dudes, man, paying attention to these gossiping ass niggas who got money and shit and thinking these niggas real men because they got money and shit. Like, shit, if I probably had them niggas money, I wouldn't even be interacting with motherfuckers like that. Hey, K-Racy, this motherfucker, this nigga lost 7 fights. And he said, I ain't getting into no more fights after that. Like, oh, nigga, they was fighting over you, nigga. And they wanted to see how tough you was and see how submissive you was. Like, you was that submissive, like, nigga, you lost 7 fights, like, they was almost fighting over you, nigga. Like, shit. Shit, you was giving up everything. Nigga, like, you lost your manhood. And the only way you could get it back is to pay it. You gotta pay for your manhood, bruh. Russell Red, you pay for your manhood. And nigga, you expose yourself for that shit. You exposing that, nigga. You got to pay for your manhood to get respect. You can't get respect genuinely because you not a fucking man. Nigga, and every time you motherfucking talk to me, bro, I'm gonna say it, bro. Put your hand in that nigga pocket and don't talk to me. Let me talk to the nigga that your hand in their pocket in, cause that's the nigga who the real shit. And if it's Garrick, then I feel bad for both of you niggas. I don't even see. I could roast you motherfuckers and talk with respect and still not disrespect you. But you definitely, y'all two niggas and your little crew motherfuckers that you fuck with, y'all know who the fuck y'all are. Motherfuckers who rolled your motherfuckers. You might as well walk with your hand in the pocket too. I don't got no truce with nobody no more. Whatever truce I made with you motherfuckers, that shit over with. Nah, I told you, Lucifer in the house. And we gonna run with that. And we gonna do that. We gonna do that shit. And I'm gonna talk my shit. Cause all you motherfuckers was able to say what y'all had to say and wanted to say and do all your shit. Now it's my turn. And I ain't gotta expose you because everybody else exposing you motherfuckers. They telling all y'all motherfucking business. I said the shit, but ain't nobody pay me no attention. But nah, motherfuckers is listening. So, hey. Hey, K Razy, what I tell you, Karma is beautiful. She beautiful and she deadly. That's why I'm on her side. That's why I rock with her. Because Karma taught me something. Taught me you better be a good person because I'm gonna fuck you up. And that's what I've been doing. Shit, Karma took people I love and told me, like, nigga, what you gonna do about it? I was like, shit. Let me sit back and be peaceful and learn my place because karma hit hard and it hit nasty and it'll hit you in a spot that you need to learn something in life. And these niggas ain't learning this shit in life. That's why the fuck they going through the shit they going through. And that's why I'm sitting back laughing because I'm starting to figure out that let me be on the good side of karma. Cause that's the motherfucker that I love. I love karma. Even after I had to learn to be with her. Karma is something that we all got to deal with, and the only way we gonna be able to deal with it is if we deal in truth. And karma dealing us a motherfucking hell of a hand, and the motherfuckers who on that bullshit, they finding out. But love, peace, happiness, success, greatness, whatever y'all got going good in life, focus on that because the bad shit ain't gonna get you nowhere in life. Hating is a bad career choice. Don't choose that because you ain't gonna get no money, you ain't gonna get no nothing. You ain't gonna get no attention, you ain't gonna get no clout. And if you do, it's only gonna be for a second. So don't even waste your time on that. You know what I'm saying? Do what's real in life. You know what I'm saying? Love people, network with them, make some motherfucking money. Do everything that you need to do to be right in life, and just do that because you know what I'm saying. They say that love don't lead you nowhere but to unhappiness, but I know different because I experienced it. So if you love yourself, you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to love somebody else. So put your energy into that because hey, we gonna waste our time in all this negativity and people gonna leave us behind and we ain't gonna be nowhere in life. So just focus on the positive shit. Like, I spoke on some negative shit and all this other shit, but when I go back in the house, I'm about to go back and make some money. Cause I'm doing what I love. And what I love to do is draw. And I'm making money off that shit because I love it. So anybody who got all of this this hatred in their motherfucking heart, hey, you missing out on life. You missing out on love, and you missing out on something great in life. Why you worried about these nobodies on YouTube? So yeah, life, love, peace, happiness. Focus on that. But y'all be good. Love y'all. Respect, peace. Y'all know what I do. I talk my shit. And it's what it do. And I appreciate Miss Ann and K Razy coming in the chat. Hey, y'all know we gonna come in here. We gonna chop it up in real life. So respect to y'all, sisters. And I hope y'all have a great evening or a great morning, and great evening. I see it's 1. So it's 3:00 in Australia. Yeah. Good afternoon to you, K Razy. Get grandson a big hug for me. Yeah. Hey, and you have a good night too, sister. I appreciate you. You have a great night. All right, everybody. Peace. Respect. You know what we do. Peace.